Okay, hello there ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Hilly 123 here, and it's time for yet more Resident Evil 4 Professional Difficulty Let's Play / Walkthrough. And we're now on Chapter 5/1. The Island. Where the game takes a turn for the worse. Just like it edited. Right there.
Got some business to take care of. See you later.
Women. I hate to break it out to you, but Salazar's dead.
Yes, it seems that way.
Sadler, why don't you give up and let Ashley go home?
Perhaps you are disillusioned with overconfidence, just because you killed my small-time subordinate.
Sadler, you're small time.
Oh. Writhe in my cage of torment, my friend.
So yes, I know I've mentioned it numerous times during this Let's Play / Walkthrough, but this is where I start to dislike the game. It's not all agony from here, but a lot of it is. But we will speak about that when the time comes. This is a relatively long chapter. There's 5 videos left, ladies and gentlemen. It's chapter 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, which is the penultimate chapter, and then the actual final chapter itself. And of course, 19 videos altogether. 19 separate chapters altogether. And I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that as I'm recording this audio-wise, post-commentary of course, I've just completed the game, so now it's done in terms of gameplay. But now I've got to do the narration of all these 5, which is going to take me 2.5 bloody hours. But it's Bank Holiday Monday tomorrow, so I've got the time to do so. We have a big Gatling gun dude incoming. And I always follow the same strategy for dealing with him. And when he's gone, I tend to juke a lot of the enemies, do the little puzzle, and get out of this area. And that's what I'm going to do here. Still got the broken butterfly though, it's interesting. Finish him off with... oh, a grenade. Okay. That guy's very tanky, but we get 15 grand for killing him. Gotta pummel him with a magnum. But I've still got some magnum bullets remaining, so I was happy to do so. But yes, now I believe I'm going to juke all these motherfuckers. There are certain fights in the last couple of chapters where it's just got to happen. But we've now got enemies with, I don't know, how would you articulate them? Electric kind of tasers? Tasers, yeah. Well, a taser is electric, you moron, but those are very damaging. And you do not want to get hit by them. And I don't think I actually get hit by any of them in this playthrough. I've got a lot of them on my ass, ladies and gentlemen. But there we have it. The door is open, and let us proceed. And up ahead in just a minute is probably the most peculiar location for the merchant in the whole game. Not quite there yet, but it's coming up. I'll reference it again when we get there. But he's kind of in the middle of the action. Usually he's in a room on his own, or in a different location to where fighting can be, but this time, nope. He's in the midst of it all, ladies and gentlemen. I think these end of game enemies, the more kind of militarized ones, are my least favourite. Some of them have got metal helmets now as well, which can't be shot. I forgot about that. Good stuff. But these guys are pretty cool. I like their outfits anyway, and the whole design. And the Guantanamo Bay suits on. And I think the Lynx is here, isn't it? The Lynx, sorry. Yeah, the Lynx. You don't put an emerald in there, I always forget, but it's not an emerald. I think it's the green stone of trees and some shit like that. Don't quote me on that. We do find out though, because I get the right treasure for it. Later on. And this is a dangerous part. We've got a spotlight up here which you can shoot. But I lose the patience in trying to do it and don't bother. But yeah, there's a number of guys with bow and arrows. There's a guy with a rocket launcher. Might be a few others as well. It's all a little bit Call of Duty. I think I might get hit here. There we go. I enjoy this part. See ya. And a suplex to finish these motherfuckers off. Ah, here's the merchant coming up. There he is on the left. I just always found that one quite bizarre to see him there.
What are you selling? What are you buying?
Nothing to really buy now from the off, really.
What are you selling?
Ah, actually, the Killer 7. I think I sell the broken butterfly here. 51 grand.
What are you buying?
And get the Killer 7. The Killer 7, by the way, that Magnum named after a game that Lord McCartney released around the time of this game, actually. Maybe it was released just before, but that's what that Magnum is named after. The more you know. Ah! Well, there you go. Good grenade fire, and then a random bow and arrow out of nowhere. So I was thinking of saving this little bit of information for you guys once we got to the chapter, but the last two chapters specifically, or last three I should say, 5.3, 5.4 and the final one, the gameplay is pretty diabolical, and there are also 3 deaths within those last 3 chapters. So yes, altogether we had 4 deaths, which is pretty damn good on professional. I'm happy with that. It's a very unforgiving difficulty. And it's a new PB. And had I been... I make a meal out of this kill, I think. It takes ages, I think. But had I been doing live commentary, I'd predict that the deaths would be at least in double figures. So in that aspect, I think it's justified doing post-commentary on this Let's Play. That guy took a hell of a lot to kill. And I have no idea why. Surprise, motherfucker! Definitely one of the, if not the best jump scare on your first ever playthrough of this game. Certainly startled me. Headshot. You can go down the stairs there, there's a bit of loot and some other good items, but I'm pretty well stocked at this stage, so I thought I'd just move on and proceed.
Ashley. Amateurs. Just hang in there, Ashley. I'm coming for you.
I don't think I ever used the map on this game, even on my first playthrough. Now here is, if you're playing on easy, well, you're a moron, but if you're playing on normal, you will receive the tactical vest from the merchant.
Got some rare. What are you selling?
But on professional it doesn't exist. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think it costs 30,000, the tactical vest.
Is it?
Well, here's where I get the scope for the semi-auto rifle for some reason. Weird time to get it. I mean, I think I've done playthroughs where I've never even got it at all. And then I've done playthroughs where I get it straight away and I can get it, but... retardation. This is a really silly moment here we have, where this shutter opens and closes and they throw dynamite at you, or shoot you, or hit you with bow and arrows. And everyone thought on The Evil Within in Chapter 11 this had never been done before by Lord Mikami. Well, here's your proof. He has done it before. It was annoying then, and it's annoying now. And it's exactly the same kind of situation. If you go close to the shutters, they will just close. And you've got to get far away till they open again. It's exactly the same situation. But I took that hit at first, nearly died. But after that, it was relatively easy using the mine thrower. I guess you could just shoot them normally with a TMP, but when there's 3 of them, it's a bit of a pain. Just this for the mine thrower, ladies and gentlemen. But I do believe we are to be introduced to the regenerators. Definitely one of the most intimidating enemies in the series of Resident Evil. Because obviously in your first playthrough, you've got to take this first regenerator on without knowing about the plague gas inside of them, which you can see with the infrared scope. So if you try and fight it the first time, you're just baffled by how much HP they've got. And here we have What is what? Without a shadow of a doubt, one of the strangest puzzles I've ever seen in the game. So simplistic, I don't really know what they were going for. Well, we pick up the freezer card key. And it's regenerator time, boys. I kill quite a few of them in this playthrough. I leave quite a few of them. Sometimes I just can't be bothered. Because obviously they always drop currency credits, so... I'd rather have more health, really. But the incendiary grenades are good to throw at them and then move on. That's what I did there. I think I have a bit of a hard time getting this scope in my inventory if I remember correctly. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, this is about the worst it gets for the inventory because it progressively gets more bare after this chapter. But here's the first time we take on a regenerator. Legit. Keep it MLG, you slags. Just pop him once in the head, once in the leg, knock him down, finish him off with TMP. Regenerators are very dangerous when they're on the floor like that, though. Very dangerous indeed. What are we doing here? Finish him off with a TMP again. And thankfully the other one is really, really slow. I have no idea what he's doing. But I don't care. I'm moving on. And in this room, you see some levers there, some levers, sorry. And you can actually use this crane to pick the Granados up and drop them into the waste disposal, but I really can't be bothered. I used to do it every time, but not now. Full retard. Don't really know what I'm doing here. I do not need to be staying and fighting. By the way, I told you guys obviously that I've completed the game now. And I completed it 7 hours 44 minutes. The fastest I've ever completed it on professional. 7 hours and 30 minutes, so 40 minutes slower. But of course, I did have to watch all cutscenes. And I never watch cutscenes on this game, only for the process of this Let's Play have I done that. I mean, I don't aim to go fast when I complete this game, but I could definitely get, I reckon, if I tried to go fast, sub 6 hours with my knowledge of the game, but I would probably die quite a bit. On normal difficulty, however, I've completed it 3 hours 45 minutes. Yeah, even that is about sort of 2 hours over the professional world record. If you can believe it. Needless to say, that is using glitches. I'm not actually sure of a glitchless speedrun how quick that could be completed. But to be honest with you, for me, I don't think this is a very fun speedrun game. Just my personal opinion. Here's an ultra dangerous, ultra spiky regenerator with a keycard that we need. Wouldn't you just believe it? I always hit him with a good old 1-2, one in the head, one in the leg. Hit him with an explosive and then a little bit of extra punishment with a TMP and he's all done. Now we can get Ashley out of there, unfortunately. I have seen people, I've not actually watched them, but I know that people have done kind of like no upgrade runs, so you can't use the merchant at all once, and you can't make your inventory bigger, so the default small inventory box you've got to use, and the starting weapons as well. I mean, I might be wrong here, but I think the only weapons you get from the game that aren't from the actual merchant himself are the default handgun, the default shotgun, and the broken butterfly magnum. Now, like I say, I might be wrong there, and I'll lose my patience here, unfortunately. So another flash there, I just move on. There will be a few moments like that, oh my lord, from now until the end. But yeah, I mean, on professional, I don't think I'm interested in that. But maybe on normal, I'll try that. Although in these kind of games, when I limit the amount of times I can, well, you know, the amount of guns I can use, when there's so many, I have less fun. Oh my, this gameplay. But these guys are interesting. It kind of reminded me of some kind of character you'd see on Mortal Kombat or something. Very weird. But anyway, we've rescued Ashley, and I'll see you guys in 5/2.
You okay? Come on, let's get out of here.